We still can't rely on renewable energy sources enough, despite the threat presented by climate change and the significant developments in this field. Transitioning to an electrical system with 100% zero carbon production, where renewables play a crucial part in the energy mix with other low carbon sources like nuclear power, for example, is a critical aspect of the UK ambition to achieve net zero by 2050. The question here, is that the scenario we have right now? To answer this question, have a look for the first graph. It shows the output of the national grid from different sources over the last year, illustrating how natural gas and wind interact together to offset wind unpredictable production. And the second graph shows how nuclear power is less responsive than natural gas. The primary obstacle to incorporating additional renewable energy sources into the grid is their intermittent nature. Imagine the national grid has a big utility wind farm and there is no wind for days in a row. Always the natural gas will be the option to offset this shortage due to its responsiveness. Now, what if we can stabilize the generation of renewables and manage this volatility? Then we could switch from natural gas to nuclear as a low carbon base load. My thesis seeks to improve the balancing mechanism between the national grid and microgrids by stabilizing demand and mitigating volatility of renewable energy sources. I am studying a model that applies different priority of order rules so that we switch from selfish microgrids to a more integrated microgrids that control unpredictable demand from the national grid and the volatility of renewable energy would be reduced if we could forecast demand using weather forecasts and place orders to the grid 1 week ahead. At the moment, microgrids order rules is causing volatile demand from the grid because their priority is to use renewable power they have first and then use a power from the grid if needed. What I mean by changing priority of order rules is to first use contracted grid power and then use renewable they have. Thus, by using integrated microgrids, we can handle the volatility and increase the amount of renewable energy in the system, moving towards a more decentralized network.